Tell us about deposing the infamous Dr. X.
We were in a small law firm. We couldn't afford floor-to-ceiling walls in the library. There were only a few lawyers, and everyone in the office knew about the case. And the case was Dr. X, who was accused of sleeping with, having sex with his patient. Her word against his. And he was a high-class, well-credentialed, wealthy psychiatrist. Everyone in the office knew that my client had described his private parts, his penis and his buttocks. But I had to translate her observations again into a court of law. And so the first step was asking Dr. X these questions. Everyone in the office could hear everything that was going on. People lined up around the perimeter of the interior library waiting for the question. I am a relatively inexperienced lawyer. I asked the usual questions about how much did you charge and what was her diagnosis and all the usual questions. Everything I'm doing persuades the doctor that this is a standard deposition by a lawyer, he had barely heard of. And they were perfectly relaxed. And so after the standard questions, I turned to him, swallowed hard, and said, "So, Dr. X." And everyone is outside, listening. "So, Dr. X, do you have a red nodule on your penis and a brown mark on your buttocks?" At that point, he stands up, throws over the chair, and walks out. And I had to have the presence of mind to say, "Let the record reflect that the doctor has stormed out of the deposition," and then dissolved. Figure out. Bear in mind, this is the late 70s, early 80s. We had to figure out what to do with that information. In other words, we had to go to court to persuade a judge that I should be entitled to get an answer to those very personal questions. And better yet, that if the answer is a denial, have an examination of said doctor. In effect, a motion to take a view. So I had to go into a courtroom with a male judge who was already having trouble with a young female lawyer talking about penises and buttocks. And when I made the motion, the judge, like the doctor, stood up and walked out.